Hello everyone, Anita here, and this is day 26 of the 30-day sketchbook challenge. Now before we start, I would like to tell you that my window is open right now, so if you see any weird background noise, that's probably the cars or rain or even thunder, because it's been a very rainy day today. Don't get me wrong though, I absolutely love storms and thunders, so it's been really exciting. But today I've caved into a request of one of the comments under recent videos, and I've decided to draw some ducks, because who doesn't love ducks? And these are not normal ducks. I've decided to draw some rubber duckies and a small bat scene. And I normally don't really follow requests per se, so I don't really, if you tell me to draw something, more likely than not, I would just not feel like drawing it. But sometimes when you say, oh, draw ducks, I will all of a sudden get this idea, like, oh, maybe not ducks, but I feel like drawing something similar. And that's the case here. All of a sudden I felt like drawing rubber duckies. So that's what I'm doing right now. And this picture, I fought with myself not to draw a dark background, just because recent pictures I've made had a very nice filled in background. That's something that comes from my normal illustrations. I work, like whenever I make an illustration, I really like a nice big detailed background. And so it's really hard for me to just leave the background white or just put nothing in it. And in this case, what I planned originally was to make a darker background and then have all the bubbles that come from the bath, from the, well, it's actually a teacup. So have all the bubbles kind of shine, so have them pink or something like that. They still end up pink, but I figured that I've done something similar on the picture before, and honestly, even though I like doing it, it would be nicer to explore some kind of different options. And so I really decided to make this picture work for me without a dark background or any kind of detailed background. So as you can see, I'm using one of those new pens I recently bought at an art store, and it's this, it doesn't have a name, but it's this kind of reddish, pinkish, it's not exactly pink, it's not red, it's somewhere in between. And it's a really nice color that layers beautifully with with different colors, so it's not opaque. And I wanted to try using it. I normally use either bluish or brownish tints. When I say blue, I will make lines with either blue or brown, depending on what kind of colors I use or shade, or if it's in the shadow or not. But here I really wanted to do something different. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, I think I've leveled up even. Like my skills in Copics got better since I started this this series. But it might be also because I've recently got the new colors, so I have more to choose from, more to layer with. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm actually really enjoying the Copics recently, and especially here when I was drawing the ducks, there's just simple coloring, but the effect was so nice. I was like, oh, I can do it. It's really nice. And so for the cup, I wanted it to be very like a romantic china cup. And so my really go-to pattern recently are the roses. Like for me, this is the most romantic pattern that I can come up with. And it's also a bit of an excuse because I really like drawing these roses. There's just such a simple thing to draw. I mean, everybody could draw it. There's not really anything big underneath. There's no shading. It's just simply putting thicker and thinner lines. But the effect is so satisfying. And so I really wanted to use it, and I use it whenever and wherever I can. And this is also the similar case. And I've used a very nice blue Copic, and it's called light crockery blue, whatever that means. But it really reminded me of that china pattern like this really nice, soft, almost pastel-y blue, not too harsh. And I just started filling in the cup. So I'm not doing that much shading, to be honest. I've used just a little bit on the cup itself, but not too much. Or maybe perhaps, I don't know actually, maybe it's not so daunting to me anymore. That's why I don't feel like it's that much work. Because from what I remember before, and now of course we are arriving kind of at the end of the challenge. So I'm reminiscing about the first days and how I approached the challenge back then. Of course, I will be talking about at the very end, but I feel like the challenge is not so daunting anymore. And I feel that even though my pictures are simpler, like they simplify, I really do simplify them. I know it might not be so obvious, but I really do work on simplifying them. For me personally, they're more interesting than the ones I've done at the very beginning. And I really don't know where that comes from. I'll have to think about it. I mean, why do I overcomplicate things for myself? I really don't know. But I was extremely pleased with this picture. And I've decided to have the water pink. And this is kind of a nod towards one of my previous pictures. I have this picture where there is a bath scene in Paris. And the water inside the bath was painted with sparkly paint. I used some glitter powder, just a glittery powder in the paint, so that on the original piece the water actually sparkles. And that's because I am absolutely a fan of all kinds of products that go in the bath that change the color of the water. And one of my favorites is this Lush Bomb. It's covered in it's a gold bomb, and it's covered in glitter. And when it's dissolved in the water, it completely changes it into this liquid gold. And you can see the powder swirling in the water, and it's just so fascinating for me. But the problem is that in the current house we're living in, I don't have a bath. So if I ever want to use the bath products from Lush, or if I buy them, I usually go to my boyfriend's father's house, which is not so far away from us, and I use the bath there. So that doesn't happen often, but it's a real treat, and that's why I wanted to have the water a little bit crazy in the cup. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's a really simple picture. I hope you've enjoyed the rubber duckies. I really like them. And that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!